No, that's just different lines through
just
the
zoned out
four-dimensional.
for a moment there. Sorry. What did you say? Hi.
Welcome to Langstrup. I have now moved to Langstrup, where Nana lives.
Yes, we're slowly getting settled here, or you are.
This is my room. So the most interesting thing about this place is the garden, which you will not be able to see right now. Why not? I don't know. Because it's dark outside and it's cold outside.
And unfortunately you can't see the cat either, but he's just on cue. That's perfect.
Half of the cat. That's one of the cats. The other cat. Okay.
Yeah, you can't see it really, I suppose, but he's lying on the laptop that's filming right now.
I think you can see the ear of the cat. This is my cat. And Nano also has a cat.
Yeah. Let me just grab a little bit from this angle and then we can... We can probably cut that in somewhere.
Probably. Yeah. So as I said, this is my cat, but Nano also has a cat.
But he's disappeared
Again. Yeah. We have no idea where he is. He disappeared once before, earlier.
He was gone a little over a week. Then suddenly he was back, and then he was here for 3 days.
Hey, this is the day after, and we're editing the video. Good news.
Maybe Simba is back. Yeah, we're still hoping he'll be back this time again.
Back to the future. To the past.
We were kind of curious which of the cats would be better in a fight.
Yeah, as I said, Simba would absolutely mop the floor with Bailey if they were to fight.
Yeah, but they have met once, and Simba was afraid of Bailey, so...
He was, yes.
Yes.
Strangely.
So we cannot really test it, but so far I think it's 1-0.
We don't want to test them, we don't want them to, we want them to be friends.
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. So I thought we should talk about time.
Yes, what do you want to say about time? A lot nonsense up there, probably.
I just had recently I made a talk on time, and I don't think I said a lot of nonsense, but Nano was not there, so he might disagree. Well, there's so much that could be said about time, and so I think I view time as when you use the word time, it's just like one thing, but time, it could be time like the physical time, but you can also, we talk about the feeling of time, the subjective time, how time flies when you're having fun, and etc. But I feel like there should be two terms for time, that the time itself and what that is, and then our perception of time, I suppose. So that's two categories, which are both interesting. And I bet you have the most to say about the physical time, which again has a lot of categories, some categories. I would say at least 3 categories, which are somehow connected. So as I see it, is like the time that we experience, the one-dimensional time, with the errors of time in classical mechanics, I suppose, entropy and thermodynamics. That's the first one. And the second one is the block universe and relativity, and how time is not fixed and not necessarily in one direction. Or that's still how we experience it, but there's no special now. And then the third one in quantum mechanics, where time isn't really part of the fundamental description of particles, as it is in space-time and relativity. So that's how I see 3 ways of seeing time, and time might not even be part of reality in quantum mechanics, but be an emergent property, just like temperature, colors, etc. That's how I view it. So is that nonsense?
I mean, time's still a dimension in the Schrödinger equation, right? Like,
Which one of the Schrödinger equations?
The time-dependent one, obviously.
Well, but it doesn't matter which way.
No, it's symmetrical, of course, just like it is in Newtonian mechanics and in relativity as well, actually.
But that's only when you're going to. Isn't that only when you describe like the collapse?
Yeah, I mean,
the
fundamental laws are time symmetric, right? But we just happen to have a singularity in one end of time and not in the other.
Singularity in one end of time?
Yeah, I mean that the universe came from a singularity, but there's a singularity in the past, but not in the future. But the laws themselves are symmetrical, right?
In quantum mechanics?
In general relativity.
Well, in all physics, the laws are symmetric, aren't they? Except for the entropy.
Except for the entropy, that's the only thing that gives it a. Well, that's why people talk about 3 arrows of time. We have the psychological time that we remember the past but not the future.
That's what I
But feel like we can affect the future and not the past. Yeah, that's what you're saying. Then we have the thermodynamic arrow of time. We have order in the past and disorder in the future, like entropy. And then we have the cosmological arrow, that we have a singularity in the past but not in the future.
No, that was actually not what I was saying, because I haven't heard of 3 arrows of time before. But I would I think no, I don't know what I think. It just sounded like description of how you view time as like in philosophy of time, like you can have the internalism where there's past and present and future is like equal importance, and then there's the presentism where you only have the now and the future doesn't exist and the past is gone, so it's only now. And then there's the middle thing, which I forgot the name, the evolving, when there's the past and now but no future, so it's like but that's a sidetrack, doesn't really matter.
I haven't heard of that.
Presentism, eternalism is what the block universe in relativity, that's eternalism, where there's no special now. Of course it's special for us, but there's like no place in universe that's now. There can be different nows depending on different clocks everywhere in the space-time.
Yes, I would sort of agree with that, I suppose. Like we just have a big, basically mathematical system, just systems of differential equations.
Mathematical.
Where time is just one of the parameters, but the solutions just fall out such that we have this experience of having a now and remembering the nows that come before on the time axis, what we call in the direction that we call before on this one axis, and probably simply because that the initial conditions were so that in one end of the time axis there was low entropy.
Yeah.
For some reason that we don't understand.
Yeah, we don't understand that part. But I'm not sure I agree that time is part of the equations in quantum mechanics. I mean, I know that there is some time-dependent thingy, but isn't that only how we experience when we measure something?
Right.
Which is
depends. It means what depends on what you mean. Obviously, a formulation of quantum mechanics that didn't include time would be a terrible theory. It wouldn't agree with the results. Like it has to. Physical theory will have to agree with the experimental results, which is that we are in the universe with time. So, but
Well, we experience a universe in time. We don't know if we are in a universe that actually has time as a fundamental parameter. We experience it might be our biology.
Might not be fundamental, no, but like it.
We don't know if everything happens. No, we don't know if everything happens at once. It's just our biology.
What do you mean by at once?
Like everything is always. There are no processes. It's just
what do you mean by a process?
Something that moves
something
from one
that changes from with time,
but you might not have that change with something our brain experiences, and our biology and
no. See. Here we have a change. Here there's white. It's changed to black, and here's white again. So from here to here, there's a change.
Oh, that's in space.
Yes. So why should the time dimension be different? I mean, it's obviously.
So maybe space is not real either. So that's what we conclude. Space and time is not real.
You could simply just say you have a four-dimensional picture, a static picture. Like, yes, things are not the same here than they are here, and time is just one of the dimensions.
Mm-hmm.
Sure, but us beings that are part of this four-dimensional construct, we have a thing where we remember the parts that lie in this direction in time.
Okay, so that's what I meant.
I mean, obviously the equations of quantum mechanics, obviously we have changed through space, we have changed through time, and all has to be included to be a good model of reality.
Yeah, but that's what I meant, that four-dimensional static thing. Doesn't have to... Well,
if you're outside of the universe, I would say if there's a god or whatever, it would probably be outside time as well.
No, I didn't mean that. I think I'm confusing myself right now, because yes, if it's a four-dimensional space-time, static space-time, then of course there's a time dimension as well.
Within it, yeah, and we have... and we experience that in a different way than we experience the space dimensions. We can move back and forth in those, but time feels very different to us, for sure.
Yeah, I'm still not sure about that. I might get back to you on that one in the next video.
You could say if we look at our like a cartoon, it's a static thing for us, but with its own notion of time inside, or a book for that matter. When you read a book, you're going through the time inside that book, but it's a static thing, and you can read it again.
Yeah, I get it. That's a good way to describe it.
And we are, if from the point of view of the ones inside the book, we're outside their time, and we can jump back and forth, and we can make changes when you as a writer can. So
that might be a four-dimensional space-time, but if you include all, it can be more dimensions if you include all the different choices that you've made in one universe, all the possibilities that have been made through choices. Then we include time, but I mean, if we have one timeline that we move through, but if we have all the timelines that every particle can move through the universe, wouldn't that be more dimensions? No, that's just different lines through
just
the four-dimensional.
For a moment there. Sorry, what did you say?
Okay, maybe that's it for.
Maybe that's the cue to stop.
Yeah, I was thinking about also that's the physical time, but next time we'll also talk about the subjective time, and maybe we'll continue the physical time as well.
If there is a next time, what is time?
maybe last time. Last time we do it, and then we uploaded a year ago.
Yeah.
And now we've done with all the videos, and we're rich.
Okay. See you next week. Thank you. Goodbye.